Hello and welcome to my channel. If this is the first time you're joining me, welcome. If you have subscribed to my channel, the total of 444 people, I just checked today my stats. Welcome back. It's been a long time. I've been on hiatus for a while from making YouTube videos, and I will talk about that hopefully over the next few months. But the reason I'm making a video today, well, it's the first day of 2023, so Happy New Year. But I've come full circle, big transitions in my life. And yeah, it's been a very interesting few years, hasn't it? Yes. And I basically stopped making videos during the last 3 years. Other than posting some of my performances, I do improv comedy, and occasionally I'll do the 5-minute open mic stand-up set. But some of you may know me from What's Up Watchtower, which was a channel I had with my husband. And we don't post videos there anymore either. And yeah, so I just kind of want to cut to the chase of what this video is about. And then there's going to be a lot of time over the next year to really unpack and break down. Hopefully I won't break down what this year is going to be about for me. So long story short, I came across a YouTube channel in the beauty realm that I really appreciated. And she started in the beginning of the year 2018, making videos about her no-buy year. And her name is Hannah Louise Poston. She has a really great YouTube channel. I've really been enjoying it. I only came across it a couple of months ago. So anyways, I was inspired by Hannah to do a no-buy year, which basically means that I am taking a break from consumerism. I'm going to stop purchasing new products, whether it's skincare, makeup, clothing, shoes, housewares, unless it follows a set of, I hate to call them rules, I'm going to call them parameters. So the parameters are going to be that I have nothing else to use in its place currently, and it's a replacement basically. So like, for instance, if I were to use up my nightly moisturizer, then once that's used up, and if I don't have another product in my skincare regime to replace it, then I am giving myself the permission to, of course, go and buy either the same product or maybe even an upgrade product, maybe a better one, or it could be a less expensive one. I don't know. I don't want to make a lot of rules for myself. Basically, the point is to take a break from consumerism and spending and the anxiety that has arisen within me for spending too much money, the time it takes to shop, whether it's online, you're looking at a lot of things, the anticipation of buying that thing, and the imagination of what that object or product is going to do for you. And it's a big task I'm undertaking for this year. I will really admit that this is not going to be an easy thing to do. Now, I've actually kind of done this before. I don't know how long it was for. And it wasn't like I set the intention of I'm not going to buy anything new. It just sort of happened naturally as a result of finances and trying to pay off debt and other aspects of my life. But this is something different because this is like an intentional decision that I'm making for the year of 2023. And I hope to have some fun with it. I think I will learn from it. And I can only see good coming from this. Now, the choice to share my journey on YouTube has not been an easy one because I know the backlash you can get from making YouTube videos. It's not all fun and games, friends, which I learned on my other channel, What's Up Watchtower, which my husband and I did to expose the cult we were raised in, to talk about all of the problems within it. And yeah, and so you get a lot of hate when you a lot of trolls when you start doing things like this. But I hope to keep this light. I love comedy. I love being joyful. That's my personality. I want to bring joy to people. So I hope that we can have fun with this. If any of you resonate with this no-buy year and want to try it, or you want to try a version of it, you want to just do it for a month, I would love to read your comments. I would love to hear what you're doing, what tips and tricks have helped you if you've done something like this before, and what you learned from it. I really do enjoy reading other people's stories, so let's keep the community light. And if you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing and being a part of this no-buy year with me. Now, I love makeup. I love beauty and skincare. I am by trade a fashion designer, so I love fashion and shoes. And so, you know, I am constantly creating new things in the place where I work, the job that I have. Right now, I work for a company designing active sportswear. So, you know, the desire to have things for yourself does really affect you being in the industry as well. But in some regards, I will say that there was a time where I really just became disillusioned and sickened by consumerism, and I'm working in the industry, and that was one of the times where I was just like, I'm not gonna buy anything for myself. I'm sick of all of this. I'm sick of people spending money. I'm sick of me spending money. So I did go through, and I've done this 3 or 4 times on my Instagram account. And my Instagram is linked in my bio. So you can check it out if you want. But there were times where I did what I called, and I'm probably going to do it again, a 30-day wardrobe challenge, where I didn't buy anything new. Everything I owned is all I could wear. And I set out 30 days worth of outfits. And I tried to combine them in new ways that I hadn't worn them before. So yeah, believe it or not, I have 30 pants, shorts, skirts. I mean, if you go through your closet, you probably do too. It's amazing how much stuff we have. And that was the other thing, appreciating what I already had and bringing it out of the closet, because we tend to like just kind of wear the same things over and over. And I was like, I gotta give these other items some love. They need some love. They need to be pulled out of that closet and worn. And so that's what I did. And I kind of wrote like a little essay every day about how long I'd had that item, where I got it, like just even fashion tips I was giving as far as how to combine prints and color combinations and things like that. So anyways, I've done that 3 or 4 times on my Instagram. So I haven't done anything in a long time on Instagram other than the odd picture here and there. So this is something quite new, and I don't want to talk too much in this video because we're gonna we're going to have a lot of time to get to know each other over the next year. But I will say that what sort of led me to this point in my life is that I was never a big follower of beauty YouTube channels up until maybe 6 months ago. And a series of things happened in my life where that led me to sort of start watching more YouTube videos on beauty bloggers and things like that. So let me just rewind. I've always loved makeup and fashion, like I said. But a year and a half ago, I took a trip to Peru. I lived in the jungle for a couple of weeks. Everything was very natural. My bathroom was a hole in the ground. I slept outside, basically outside, and was on what they call a dieta, where you're eating very, very plain foods. You're really getting back to nature. You're working with some local plants, some plant medicine, some healing medicines that work on different things within yourself that you need to work on. And so I came back, and like the first time I did a full face of makeup, now I hadn't worn makeup in a couple of weeks, I just looked at myself and I was like, God, I look like a clown. Who is that in the mirror? And and I was just like feeling so like cleansed and everything that I just was like, I'm gonna like not wear so much makeup. And I felt like I also looked older. That was the thing. I also felt like I looked older with all that makeup. And so I worked in an office at the time where it was just two men, and very laid back office, shorts and t-shirts kind of place, a design studio. And so I really went very natural. I stopped coloring my hair for 2 years. Didn't do very much makeup, a little mascara, a little blush, a little powder, and maybe some lip gloss, and that was pretty much it. So going back 6 months ago, I was approaching my 50th birthday. And something happened to me thinking about that number of turning 50 years old, that I could see, changes in my skin and changes, in the texture of my hair and just various things. I'm sure I'll expound upon some of those things in other videos, but I went through a really, really bad funk, I will say. Because, it's like a time to reflect on your life. Like, what have I learned in these 50 years? What have I done with my life? And at the same time, I was planning a trip for my 50th birthday that I was very excited about. It's a dream vacation, dream trip that I wanted to take for 15 years. And we were planning it. And then I got hit with a $10,000 IRS tax bill. And so that got canceled because the IRS wants their money, honey. So yeah, I wasn't able to take that trip. And then I was just like, I don't want to party. I don't want to see anybody. I just was like kind of shut down emotionally. And I had a lot of shame around the financial aspect of owing the IRS so much money, and feeling like, I thought at 50 I would be much more financially independent and secure. And, the world we know what's happened in the world. It's been a challenging few years. And so, I had a lot of shame about it. And so that was not helping as well. And, it's the dark night of the soul, and we all go through it, and we all must go through it. It's the part of human growth and human evolution, spiritual awakening. All of these things are really necessary for us to grow as people. So I knew that even at the time, because I've been through so many dark nights of the soul. So I gave myself the permission to grieve, the permission to feel those uncomfortable thoughts, and then I moved forward. And that's where moving forward at the time was burying myself in all of these YouTube videos and feeling like, what, I really didn't know what was going on in the beauty industry, because I hadn't really been wearing makeup for a year and a half. And I was really surprised at what I was seeing and delighted. And I also wanted to find out, what can I do to improve my skin, because I'm aging and it's time for me to start taking better care of myself, and all of these thoughts. And so I mean, I never spent a lot on skincare and beauty, considering what I know other people spend. But I started down a slippery slope. And this was the first product that started me down my slippery slope of what could have led to a lot more problems financially. But I love this, and I regret nothing, because she is beautiful, and it's what I'm wearing right now. But this is the most expensive product, most expensive foundation, I should say, that I've ever bought. And I know it's not even, I mean, it's sort of luxury, but it's not even like, some of the other ones that exist out there. But like I said, I regret nothing. She's come into my life, and I'm going to use her up. But anyways, so, as September, October, November kind of went along, I have been spending, with the holidays, a lot of money. And then I had already been watching Hannah's channel, and she kept referring to her no-buy year. And so I went back to the beginning of her videos and watched, I've binged on a lot of them, the first 10 to 15, and the ones that she has made since then about what she learned from her no-buy year. And I just found it very inspirational. So I said, okay, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to document it. It's very interesting. I think it would add value to some people's lives. And we're going to talk about, the energy of money. We're going to talk about, these are things that I plan to talk about during this next year. And I feel like this is really a time of transition for the world, for people, and our values are changing, and we're looking at consumerism differently. And I still love to buy things. I still love beautiful things. I'm sure it's going to be very challenging to not buy the beautiful things that I want to buy. And I want to talk about that throughout the year. And I'm planning to make one video a week. And so, hopefully I can stick to that schedule. Realistically, it takes a long time to not only film, but the editing process, and then reading comments and responding. And so, I have a full-time job, and I have a business with my husband. So that takes a lot of my time. So we're gonna figure this out, though, throughout the year. And I just kind of want to leave it like that. I have so much more I could talk about at this time, but I haven't really, I kind of need an outline to keep me on track, because there's so many aspects of this that I think are worth talking about. And I plan to do that. But I also plan, to share like what I'm using, because I do enjoy talking about beauty products, and I like to know what other people are using. So when I run out of whatever I'm using, hopefully I can, maybe buy something that I will like a little bit more, because sometimes we just make do with what we have. But so I don't know. Are you interested in that? Are you interested in seeing my empties? Are you interested in seeing what I replace it with? Are you interested to see makeup tutorials? Not that I'm an expert, but I, have learned a thing or two in 50 years. So maybe, we can talk about that. Maybe makeup tutorials. I don't know. You tell me. You tell me in the comments. What do you want to see? And I will tell you as well that something that will be different about this channel than other beauty channels is that like I mentioned, I've been on a spiritual path, and I've attended some workshops, some Joe Dispenza workshops. I've worked with some healing medicines. If you're not looking for a channel that's all about spiritual awakening, then you can just move along. Because I believe in talking about those things, and I want to see how waking up spiritually meshes with beauty and skincare and health. Because we're in this world, we have a certain way we want to present ourselves, and I'm not going to outright reject makeup, skincare, beautiful clothes, beautiful shoes, because I'm in the human form right now, and this little spirit loves these things, and it's part of my playground while I'm here on this earth, in this plane, in this dimension. So that's how I feel about it. And anyways, I'm gonna leave it here. I thank you for watching if you've made it this far. And like I said, if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. And thank you so much, everybody, and Happy New Year. Have a great week. Be kind to yourself. You're doing just fine.